don't feel like going home, but all my cash is gone. Yeah, I got nothing to do tonight.
Right now, it's time for Tom Maoli's Go Big or Go Home show. Tom Maoli's Go Big or Go Home show will explain how you can start a business, grow your business, fund your idea, or the next multi-million-dollar invention, or how to buy that piece of real estate you've always wanted. Now's your chance to hear it live, right from the serial entrepreneur. It's Tom Maoli's Go Big or Go Home show. Here's Tom Maoli.
Go big or go.
Hi, welcome. It's Tom Maoli, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to the show, Go Big or Go Home. The purpose of the show is to teach people who want to start their own businesses, buy and sell real estate, finance businesses, build wealth. They want to get out from behind that cubicle. They want to get out of corporate America, and they want to build wealth and build it on their own. You know, over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about building wealth, and you know, there's different vehicles that help you launch that. You know, that's the purpose of the show. You know, the people out there are getting 35 years of my experience, and the goal is to help the people and the callers and the listeners out there to help them get where they want to get. Nobody wants to be in debt. Nobody wants to sit in corporate America in a cubicle and get a paycheck and wake up every week and wonder how their bills are going to get paid, how they're going to retire, where are they going, how do they do it? And you know, they want to do it, but they don't know how to do it, and they need help, and they need advice, and that's the purpose of the show. You know, today's theme, and we're going to talk a lot about today, but you know, one of the vehicles in today's world, I don't care what business you're in, what you do, is marketing, advertising, social media. It is so important in today's world. You know, in a time where there are a growing number of specialized agencies who handle that. You know, I've had an amazing experience with the Giovanni agency located in Paramus, New Jersey. They're a full-size marketing company. They handle all kinds of advertising, but it's interesting because, you know, the focus is on social media. And, you know, an experience I had this week was pretty interesting because, you know, I clearly understand social media and the importance of it, but I really wasn't on it myself. And, you know, this week for the first time, I had an Instagram account set up, and it's Tom Maoli Official, TOMMAOLI Official. And, you know, it's, I'm blown away. You know, I already have, my phone hasn't stopped buzzing with people signing up, looking at my post. There's posts on there about the show. People are following me from all over the country, all over the world. Social media, it's unbelievable. You know, the benefits of social media, it allows for immediate interaction with the customers, whether it's to answer a question, resolve an issue, comment on current topics, tell them what's going on in your business, tell them what's happening, tell them what other customers are doing. Social media helps you build brand identity. It strengthens your brand recognition and loyalty. It is so strong in today's world. You know, my children are on social media, and, you know, I you know, always never really understood it, but you know, the more your business life evolves, you understand how important it is. Every social media post is another opportunity to convert to a potential customer, to make a sale. I don't care if you're in a hair salon or you're building a multi-million-dollar business. You know, we talked to some people last week that had multi-million-dollar national businesses. You need social media. It's so important. Clearly, marketing and advertising are important, but social media is where it's at. It offers the ability to gain valuable information on your customer, how they behave, what their interests are, what do they think of your business. They give you feedback. It's so interactive. It's so amazing. And the more you get into it, the more you realize if you don't have it in today's world, you can't survive. It's absolutely impossible to survive. You know, social media allows you to target and retarget customers based upon many different factors: education, education level, level of experiences, what they spend, what that they buy luxury goods, non-luxury goods, and then people like it, and then you have your list of likes, and you can follow those people, and you can market those people. It's such a powerful tool, and it happens so fast and so rapidly in social media. What took years ago when I started, social media didn't exist. There wasn't even email or internet, and there was no cell phones when I started. I used to have to go to a payphone and make sure you had change in your pocket. But in today's world, you can ramp up on social media. You can ramp your business up rapidly. You get thousands and hundreds of thousands and maybe millions of viewers to view your business in a rapid pace. What took me 5 years in today's world could take 30 days. It's absolutely amazing. It's unbelievable. Everyone's jumping on social media. This includes your competitors. Watch out for your competitors, because clearly you need to be ahead of your competitors. You got to be on your game. You got to be one step ahead of the competitors. Businesses need a presence in order to stay relevant. We're going to go more into social media. We're going to talk about social media tonight. We're going to talk about the importance of it. But right now, we want to go to one of the callers that are calling in that are on hold. And we have Alan from Livingston. We'll take Alan from Livingston.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Alan, how you doing?
Good. Not bad. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Just want to tell you, big fan of yours, honestly, though. I love your success story, though. How you didn't have a college education, came out of high school, became an entrepreneur in all the different business segments, and how successful you are today.
Excellent. I appreciate that, Alan. And as I say, and I spoke at my daughter's college, and I'm speaking at a couple of universities. I'm lined up to speak at Montclair State University, and I tell these kids, I said, you know what? If I can do what I did with nothing, and again, no social media, as I just said, zero social media, zero cell phones, zero technology, didn't even have email. Imagine what these kids can do in the world today. Imagine what anybody who wants to start their own business, they can ramp it up quickly. It's available to them. It's out there. And, I appreciate that, Alan, and I'm going to give you a big, you're a winner.
Not a problem. My question is to you. I have 2 kids graduating high school in Livingston. I'm in business, though, as a salesman, though, for a Fortune 300 company. I'm just curious. My 2 kids want to go into business. Is there any particular business field they should be gearing themselves towards?
Well, that's a very, very apropos question, because if I were to tell my children where to gear their efforts towards, it clearly would be technology.
Right.
Technology is where it's at. It's only going to get better. It's going to be more robust. More robust. The technology that's coming out today is so much better than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's getting better and better. The world is living on technology. Social media is where it's at. Clearly, listen, I love real estate. I develop real estate. I buy real estate. I think that, in the right location, the old adage in real estate is location, location, location. You buy the right location, you're in the right market, you can't lose. You always make money in real estate. But if you're starting with, you need money to get into real estate. You need some money. Depends on what you're going to get into.
Backing, I'll say.
Yeah. Although it's interesting, because we're going to talk next week, and I don't want to preempt the next week's show, but next week we have a guest speaker coming on. We're going to talk about how to buy real estate with no money down. But that's a tough start. I would start in technology. Technology is amazing. You can ramp it up quickly. The customer base can ramp up quickly, and people need it, because people don't understand it. They need somebody to teach them technology. They're willing to pay to get those services. It's like I said, I just started an Instagram account. I didn't know how to do it. I had to pay somebody to teach me how to do it, to get me on Instagram, to get me out there. Now, once it starts rolling, I can have my people, my internal people, or myself do it. But there's millions and millions of companies that don't understand it and how it could benefit their business. And that's where I would focus. That would be my focus.
Okay. I appreciate the information. Pleasure to speak with you. Much success, though.
I appreciate the call. Thanks for calling in. And we're going to take a break here. It's Go Big or Go Home. Tom Maoli, serial entrepreneur. When we come back, the lines will be open. It's 1-800-848-WABC, 1-800-92 848-9222. Give us a call. Ask us your questions. Let us get you where you need to be. Get you out of that cubicle. Get you on the road to building wealth.
Go big or go home.
We're back. It's Tom Maoli, serial entrepreneur. This is Go Big or Go Home. The lines are open. If you want to call in, get your question answered, it's 800-848-WABC or 800-848-9222. Theme of the show today, we're talking about social media. Social media, advertising, marketing, social media, how important it is in your business, in your life, how it launches you. You know, when I started, again, there was no social media, there was no phone, there was no cell phones, there was no fax machine, there was no internet. You know, it was a struggle. It was, you know, go out, market yourself, print up some flyers, make some business cards, slip them on their customers' doors, try and get in touch with the customer, you know, do a little advertising in a phone book. People don't even know what a phone book is today. Phone book it barely exists, the yellow pages. That's how I started. It was a struggle. It was one customer at a time, building them one at a time, adding one to, hopefully keeping them, servicing them, making sure that, you know, that they were happy, and that it would be sending more flyers out, doing mailers. People, imagine people putting things in the U.S. Post Office and mailing it and having to wait days for it to arrive at the potential customer's house or office. Hopefully, they would open it and look at it, and hopefully you would get a call. Today, social media, the internet. You go online, you set yourself up with a website, you set yourself up with an Instagram, a Snapchat, a LinkedIn, and you get out there and you put your information on there, and within days, there's thousands of people who can see you, see what you do. The exposure is amazing. People are connecting with you. You're connecting with them, and it's a snowball. It rolls. It snowballs, and social media is where it's at today. Without social media, you don't survive. It's almost impossible to do business today without social media. We're going to take a second here, and we're going to take Christine, who's calling in, and Christine has a question.
Yes. Hi, Tom. First of all, I want to tell you I love your show.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for calling.
I am a fitness trainer and group exercise instructor here in northern New Jersey, and although my business requires me to be physically available because I am providing a service, it also inhibits me from expanding to a larger audience. And, you know, obviously, as you're talking about this evening, social media is clearly a proven channel. And I do a monthly blog, but what my question to you is, do you have any suggestions to help me connect and engage new clients or followers using social media that can expand my business, since there's only me and I would like to grow without having to be working a zillion hours a day.
Right. Well, you know, right on target for what today's show is about. It's about social media advertising and marketing. You know, clearly you can't do it all. You're a small business. You want to grow. You want to get out there. You want to get on Instagram. You want to get on Snapchat. You want to get YouTube videos of your training and what your business does, so that people can go on and see that. You got to have a website. It's the first thing people do, whether it's a business, whether you're going for a job. The first thing people do in today's world is Google you. And you got to have a website. You got to have a place where they can go, learn about you while you're in the studio training and doing and running your classes. People will be online checking you out, looking at what you do, what your business does. You know, are they interested? You know, then there's things like Yelp. You know, Yelp is a service that's out there where people go on and they post their experiences with your business. Ask your customers to go on Yelp. Ask them to, you know, if they're happy with the service that you're providing, ask them to give you the ratings. People go on Yelp everyone looks on Yelp. I'm in the retail car business. Customers look on Yelp before they come to my dealership. They want to know if they're going to get the service that they want. They want to know what the other people's experiences are. It's a very good business tool. That's something I would definitely look at and I would spend time with. That's where I would go. I think you're in the right direction, but I also think that you should look at an advertising company or someone that could help you get launched like I did. Again, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't understand everything. I don't know how to do everything. I hire people that know how to do it. And I put them in place and I let them teach me. Eventually down the road, when I learn it, and I don't need them anymore, then I make a decision whether I want to continue to pay them. But you got to get somebody out there. I recommend Giovanni highly in Paramus, New Jersey. They're fabulous. They do great work. I've used them for years. They're absolutely amazing. They'll handhold you through the process. They'll get your social media up and running, and then you need somebody to stay on top of that. You got to stay on top of your social media. You not only in today's world have to monitor good social media and get good reviews out there and good press and good information, but you got to watch the negatives. You clearly you're in business. You want to satisfy everyone, but you can't satisfy everyone all the time. Someone may have a bad experience. Not that you provide a bad service. It may be their interpretation. They have a bad interpretation of your business or your services. You want to get out there and you want to be ahead of the curve. You want to cut off any bad media that's out there because that will hurt your business. That's my recommendation. That's where I would go.
Oh, that's fantastic. No, I appreciate it. That's great advice. And you're right. I need to launch a website and get some assistance in doing so. Thank you for your suggestions.
Thanks for calling in. The lines are open. It's 1-800-848-WABC, 1-800-9222. Call in with your questions. We're going to take Carrie from Port Washington. Hello?
Hello.
Carrie?
Hi, yep.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your question today?
All right, so I have a quick question.
Sure.
Kind of twofold. My husband has his own business. He does not yet have a website. Do we need to have a website he's a general contractor, to be able to start a social media initiative, or do you think using Facebook and setting up a page on Facebook with photos and before and afters, things like that would be sufficient? And if so, or even if not, if we have to do a website, what kind of frequency do you need in terms of keeping your content fresh? Because that's one of the reasons we've not jumped in with both feet, is because I feel like that becomes almost a full-time job.
Well, it does become a job, but again, it also depends on how large you want to build your company. Does he have employees? Does he work on his own? Is he looking to expand? Give me a little.
Yeah, so he works on his own and uses subs.
Okay.
Subcontracts out for other things, but I feel like you can never be too busy.
Absolutely. Listen, you never have enough business. That's what
Exactly.
I say. You never. More is more, not less is more. Whoever said less is more clearly was
not married to me.
Well, they weren't married to you, and they weren't in an entrepreneurial spirit. They weren't looking to build wealth, and they weren't looking to create wealth for their family and retire. But with that being said, I think you need it all. You need a website. You need Facebook, you need Instagram, because you don't know where customers are going. And the other thing is that they're all connected. You can connect these social media mechanisms where you can update one and they update the other. It's amazing how many people look at it. I'm telling you, I just got signed up on Instagram last week. I've got almost 1,000 viewers, and and it just keeps going. My phone keeps buzzing, and every time I look at it, I think somebody's sending me a text message or there's a phone call or an email coming in, and it's somebody signing up for Instagram. People do look at it. I think it's very important. I think you need it all. I think you need to put some of his jobs on there. You need to put, some references. People want to see that. Get on Yelp. They want to see that. The business will grow exponentially, and it happens fast. It happens real fast. So on the flip side is make sure obviously he's got the infrastructure to handle it.
Right. Okay,
yeah.
That's
Yep.
terrific.
No, I think you're in the right direction, and I think you got to go for it.
All right, I appreciate it.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling in. We're going to take Beth from Houston, Texas.
All right.
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
How you doing? How are things in Texas?
I'm great. It's great. Listen to me. I am so happy to connect with you, and Christine, he just talked to, helped me do that. So
Excellent.
high five goes out to her. Listen, I was an executive in my previous life, and I know that you're talking about people that are midlife executives and are starting their own business. And, I grew a business from $500 million to $3.1 billion, and I'm retired, and now I started my own skincare business with the doctors that sounded proactive. So I'm lucky enough to have a Rodan-filled skincare business, and so I'm doing a lot of things online already, and I want you to tell me how I can take that to the next level.
Wow. Very interesting, because clearly you're in a little bit of a different position than some of the other callers. You've built businesses, you've built large companies, it sounds like, so you have clearly a different experience. With that being said, I know a lot of the founders of Proactive, personal friends. I know them well. It wasn't a social media or an internet launch. It was more of an infomercial launch, and they were very successful. They made billions of dollars with it. It was an amazing product. It continues to air today. It continues to go. I have friends that are in the infomercial business. It's a great business, but interestingly enough, when I sit down with these people that are in the infomercial business, and I know several of them, what's going on in the world today is that people are not watching TV the way they used to. Everybody's, they're recording, they're coming home at 8:00 at night, they're paying money to cut the commercials out. So the whole business of infomercial, where you're going with this new skincare product, is clearly headed online. It's perfect for the show tonight. Headed online, headed to social media, headed to internet advertising. You gotta heavily be formed into that. I think that's where you have to launch it. I think that's where it's going to launch, quickly and fast. The infomercial business is still, it's a great business. It's out there. To be on television, there are people in middle America that will spend more time in front of the TV, but in the fast-paced life, we're in the tri-state area, we're in New York, things are moving fast. Nobody is watching TV anymore. Like I said, they're recording, they're spending more time online than they are actually watching TV. I would do all the things that I've discussed before with the contractor that for your company. I would do the social media thing. I would do the Facebook, the website. I would do some interesting. One of my experiences this week were these tailing advertisements. They follow you around. I went out to Saks Fifth Avenue and I tried to buy a pair of shoes. Well, believe it or not, every time I went online this week, an ad popped up for Saks Fifth Avenue. It followed me. It followed me everywhere I went. So that's where I'd be looking with your skincare business. Get into these ads that follow the people around. Once they look up skincare or look up your product, you're going to follow them no matter where they go. They could actually tell you if somebody goes into one of these department stores, which is another issue. People are getting away from department stores and they're going online. You're not actually out shopping in the malls. Retail sales are down year over year, and it continues to drop. And it's all going online. It's all social media. And but you can actually tell if somebody goes into one of those stores and buys someone else's product. You can track them and trail them and send them your information. That's where I would go with it. But clearly you have to have a sophisticated advertising agency that's going to help you with that launch.
Okay, Tom, so let me tell you. So these doctors, the Proactive, that's behind them. So now we're strictly social media, and it's all, we're selling everything direct to customers. So with that being said, I've already been on Facebook. I've already been on Instagram. I've already been doing all that. How do you get me to the next level?
Well, the way I would look at it is I would get out there and I would get lists, and they're available. You can buy them. That's the other thing with social media and internet is you get all of those lists. Every time somebody goes and looks at your competitor's product, they get logged in. You can get those lists. You could actually redirect them to your product. You can get those lists. I would do email blast. I would do, it's interesting because I talked about before, imagine sending things through the post office, but because the mail has diminished so much, and the only thing that comes in the mail now, you don't even get your bills in the mail. It's all online. But the mail has diminished so much that when something does come in the mail, it looks so important. It's, I got a piece of mail. can't believe it.
Right.
So yeah, right, exactly.
That's true.
Right?
There's no question.
Right. You go to your mailbox, there's nothing in there. There's one piece of mail. So it looks so important and so official. I would look at getting those lists, hitting the mail. I believe in direct mail. I think it's an important part of. It's a piece of the puzzle. It's becoming a smaller piece of the puzzle, but it is still a piece of the puzzle. I like it. I think that's where I would go with it. And but I think you're on to. I think you got a great vehicle to launch that product. Skincare is huge. It's enormous. People spend billions of dollars on skincare. No one wants to age. Everybody wants to stay young. So I think
no question.
Yeah.
Tom, I really appreciate it. I love your show, and I cannot wait to hear for next week. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to listen to you every single week.
Excellent. Well, thanks for calling. Good luck with the launch of your company. Make sure I get on your list because I don't want to get old either. And the lines are open. We're going to come back. It's 800-848-WABC. We're taking a break now for a commercial. It's the 1-800-848-9222. Calls are backing up, so if you want to get in, call now. Hi, we're back. It's Tom Maoli, serial entrepreneur. Go big or go home. The phone lines are open. 1-800-848-WABC. 1-800-848-9222. Call in with your questions. Get your information answered. We're talking about social media this week. Very important part of business, your personal life, how to grow a business, how to get there, how to get your product out into the marketplace. Very, very, very precision marketing, social media, and the internet. It's a barometer. Again, talk about the struggles when I started. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have fax machines. We had no way to gauge what the results of what you were spending on marketing and advertising were. There was zero. You would just get the information out, hope that a customer would call in. Today, you can get all kinds of reports from your social media, from the internet, from marketing. It's a barometer. It gives you results. It'll show you what the results of your advertising dollars are and where your money's well being spent. You can be nimble and flexible and move quickly, change the direction of where the money's being spent. So it's without it, you don't survive in today's business world. You have to have it. And we're going to go. We have a bunch of callers lined up, but I'm going to grab Jeff from Little Falls. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing great.
So I wanted to mention social media has become incredibly important, especially social media advertising.
Correct.
Just posting stuff on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, it's all wonderful, but it doesn't get you followers. If you've got 50 followers, that's who sees it. Using Facebook in particular, their ability to target specific audiences. You go in and say, show me people who are getting married. And you can expose just to that audience in a geographic area.
Correct. You're on the money.
So there's some terrific stuff, but search engine optimization is also a big part of what has to get done. Because the way I explain it to clients is it's like throwing a party. You get the best caterer, the best wine, everything is perfect, your house is decorated, then at your party nobody shows up.
Well,
you didn't
listen,
send out an invitation.
You are on the money. There is no doubt. You clearly, give you a register for that, give you money, You're on the money. But the question I have for you is when you talk about, you discuss this with your clients, what kind of business are you in? What do you do?
I actually do social media marketing, SEO, social media, and website design.
Oh, very interesting. So we have an expert on the phone. Jeff, you're on the money. You're clearly, you have a winner. Search engine optimization, very important. I didn't talk about it. Again, I'm not the expert. I'm an entrepreneur. I hire people who know how to do it. I can only talk about what I know. You're the expert. You're wonderful job. Why don't you talk about a little bit about it? Let the listeners hear about search engine optimization. Let them hear the importance of it and what your knowledge is and what you tell your customers. Maybe we'll get you some customers here tonight. Maybe you'll be a guest speaker on a show.
I'd like that. Thank you. Well, I'm with Clicks Digital, CLIKZ Digital. And what we do is we not only help design a website for a client, but we make sure that everything on that website, on each page, is optimized for Google, Bing, Yahoo, and so forth. We want to make sure that when somebody types in a term for you, they get to your site, that you come up in the listings. And doing that becomes harder and harder every day. Google continuously changes their pages. Now you got 3-4 ads at the top. You've got the map pack, and then you have a couple of organic results. Those organic results are where you go. It's getting harder to get there because there are fewer of them on the page now.
Correct.
So we work with clients to strategize on what the best words are for them, what the best phrases are. So if you're a pizza parlor, we want to make sure you are optimized for pizza near me, because that's one of the top search terms, because people are talking to their phones now. They're not just typing in words.
Absolutely. Go in a restaurant, sit down, order dinner, take a minute while the waiter brings your drink, look around, just observe. It's absolutely, I don't know if it's amazing or bizarre. It's incredible. Everyone is sitting there on their phones. Everyone's either texting, they're on Instagram, they're on Google, they're looking stuff up. It's absolutely amazing. You're absolutely right. You're on the money. And what was the name of the firm? It was Click?
Clicks, CLIKZ, digital.com.
Excellent. We appreciate the information, Jeff. Great information. Absolutely beautiful. Appreciate it. I'm sure all the listeners appreciate it. Give the name of your company one more time, because we'd like everyone out there to go on your website. Let them use you. This is a networking event. Networking is important. Anybody, if you have information that you can help the listeners out there, network. Give your information. Give them your site one more time.
We're at Clicks Digital, CLIKZ, digital.com. Thank you very much, Tom.
Excellent. We appreciate the call. Thanks for the call in, and keep doing what you're doing, because you're right. You're right on track, and you're helping a lot of people grow their businesses. We're going to take Steve from North Jersey. Steve.
Oh, hey Tom. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. Hey, first, I am a client of your dealership and absolutely love the service.
Oh, love it. Fabulous. Excellent. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. And, listen, I appreciate you calling in, and, I'm happy. I'm glad that you're happy, but it also, it helps the listeners know that, what I'm preaching here is what I'm performing. I won't talk about anything, and I won't bring anything up unless I believe in it, and I believe in customer service.
Well, I just have to tell you, you go in, every touch point is just right on. It's an experience that everybody that goes there talks about. So great job, and you can tell it's just training all the way through, from the managers all the way right through to everybody that touches a client. So great job.
Yep. Excellent. Well, I appreciate it. It's Celebrity Motor Car, and we're on Route 10 in Whippany, New Jersey. That's a Lexus dealership, and we have multiple dealerships. And I appreciate the positive feedback. I don't know which dealership you were in, but we have Maserati dealership. It's celebritymotorcars.com. We have Maserati, we have Alfa Romeo, we have Lexus, BMW, and Mercedes. So if I could help anybody out there, we have multiple brands. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. What's your question?
So the question on social media is there's a lot of, I'll say, push-pull. Like, how do you balance client acquisition with taking good care of your client, your customers, your existing customers on social media?
Well, listen, explain taking care of your existing customers. Most of the existing customers that are going to go on social media are just going to kind of see what the current product you have is, what's available, if you're selling a product or a service, what you're doing, if they need your services. I think a lot of the social media is geared towards building your brand and bringing new customers in. Communicating with your existing clients is important also, and that can be done through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram. So I think it's important to continually stay in touch with those customers. I'm not so sure there's a balance. I don't think there's such a thing as too much in social media.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Excellent. Thanks for calling in. We're going to go to a commercial break here. It's Go Big or Go Home. Tom Maoli, serial entrepreneur. When we come back, the lines are open. It's 1-800-848-WABC or 1-800-9222. If you can't get through, reminder, it's tommaoli.net, TOMMAOLI.net. You can email your questions in. I get hundreds of emails during the week. I'll try and get to them all. It may take me a little time, but eventually we'll get to them and get your answers.
Go big or go home.
And we're back. It's Tom Maoli, serial entrepreneur. It's go big or go home. The lines are open, 1-800-848-WABC or 1-800-848-9222. You know, when we took a break, I tried to ring our good friend, or my good friend, business genius Barry Farber. Couldn't get him. Barry's out on the road tonight promoting the show. I think he's in Times Square somewhere. He's running around promoting the show, handing out T-shirts. We got all kinds of people that want to just get involved in the show and understand more about the show. To recap today's show, we did a lot of talking about social media. You know, I think this is going to be a constant theme that's going to come up show after show. Social media is so important. It allows for that immediate interaction with the customer, whether it's to answer a question, resolve an issue, comment on a current trend, topic. It builds your brand identity. It strengthens your brand recognition and loyalty. It's so strong. Every social media post is another opportunity to convert to a potential customer. It's so strong. You can't survive today without it in business. It's impossible. It allows you to retarget customers, and get your brand out there, get your business out there, grow it. We're going to run out of time today, but we're going to talk about. I want to leave you with something to think about, and something that you should carry on your journey to building success and building wealth. This is my theme. Go with your gut. Take the leap of faith that tells you your gut's 1,000% right. It's always right. When everyone else is telling you you're doing it wrong and that you're crazy, and that you're out of your mind, because if you don't swing the bat, you can't hit the ball. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Today's show was an amazing show. We're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about buying real estate, investment real estate with money, with no money down, flipping houses, developing, and we're going to talk about how to build wealth through real estate. I've done hundreds of transactions. I've been doing real estate probably for 35 years of my life. Right now is an amazing time to build real estate, buy real estate, flip houses, and I think that if people want to do that, they should get involved in it now. It's a perfect time. Real estate is hot. Real estate's growing. The people are moving back to the cities. They're getting away from the suburbs. The cities are building. There's huge opportunities there. There's buildings that need to be revamped. There's money available for development. There's investors that would love to invest in real estate transactions because the real estate is secure. Rental properties are booming. If you look around, we're in New York City here. Listeners are listening from all over the country, but there's cranes everywhere. There's buildings going up everywhere. There's renovations going on. There's dumpsters everywhere. People are building and developing real estate. It's a great time to get into that business. We're going to talk about that next week. It's important. I want to remind you to go to my website. It's tommaoli.net. TOMMAOLI.net, or you can hit my Instagram. It's Tom Maoli Official, and that's my Instagram. Again, social media. We're going to recap it one more time. It's so important in today's world, so important in today's business environment. Without it, you don't survive. I don't care what business you're in. You have to have it. Everybody has it. It's the only way to find somebody today. The first thing that happens is somebody Googles you. They Google your name. They Google your company. They want to find out about you. They want to find out what you do. They want to see what other people think about you. They want to see what product you have available. They want to see how to reach you, how to contact you, how to track you down. Social media is where it's at. Without it, you don't survive. You don't exist. When we get into next week and we talk about investment real estate, it's interesting. Because years ago in the real estate business, it was all through a realtor. It was all through a newspaper. Today, it's social media. You want to find a piece of real estate, you're going online, you're going to a website, you're going to Google the city you want to be in, whether it's a rental or a sale. You're going to Google that city. You're going to find who has the properties, who has them for sale, whether it be a real estate agency or it could be a developer or a contractor who's building it, who's renovating it, wants to rent it, wants to sell it. It's all online. It's all social media. Interestingly enough, the other thing is what you find online today through social media, through the internet, is valuations. You know, you can look at markets where years ago, again, you know, I talk about my struggles. You know, I didn't have this information. I started in real estate. I didn't have information. I didn't have a place to go get information to find out comps. What are the comps in real estate? What are the other properties in the neighborhood selling for? What are they renting for? You know, I didn't have that. I had to shoot. I was shooting an arrow in an ocean. I was shooting in the dark. You know, today this is precision. You got precision information at your hands, which is going to help you succeed. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you build wealth. And it all comes down to social media and the internet. And when we talk about real estate next week, we're gonna talk about that. So again, you know, I want you to get out there. I want you to find opportunities. You can call me for questions. You can hit my website. It's tommaoli.net. We're running out of time here, but I wish you all the success. And you got to stand firm on your beliefs, maintain your morals and values. Don't give up on your ideas or your dreams. And always remember that winners never quit and quitters never win. And it's go big or go home. We'll see you next week. List your questions. Think about your questions. Write them down. You can hit my website. You can call in next week. You can get your questions answered. You got the entire week to think about them. We'll see you next Sunday night. We'll be here at the same time, same station.